This is Speedball Mike Bailey. You're watching Wrestling with Savage, arguably the best wrestling podcast of all time.
Why are you yelling? I'm excited.
That's it.
Nice stifle.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, Smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Wrestling with Savage does begin now, and I am Savage, and I'm bringing it to you tonight. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. We're going to be talking about ISPW, BPW. We're going to be talking about Outlaw. Hey, you know what? Why don't we even talk a little bit about SmackDown, too? I mean, honestly, why not? This was on the website today. Let's bring Tom in, by the way. What's going on, Tom? Tom, down there. I see where are you at? You're in the crawl space tonight?
Yeah, we need to come up with a name for this.
Tom's Nook?
Place. Yeah, what'd you call it?
Tom's Nook. Tom's Corner.
Oh, I like that. Tom's Corner.
Tom's Corner. I like Tom's Corner. Maybe once in a while we get a little segment from Tom's Corner. I don't know if you checked out WWE.com, but earlier today they had this on their website, basically advertising. Kind of looks like a match, but we know that wasn't going to be the case, right? We see Trish Stratus is advertised. We see Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley. I was a little bit surprised about this one, but it ended up being just fine. Everything actually ended up being just fine, especially this match, Tom, which honestly, I'll get right into that match, man. That match was insane.
Stellar.
Jay, man, my man Jay's in the house right now. We were just talking about the advertisements on Raw. On the website, they were letting us know that we were going to see this match and this match and this match and such forth. But real quick, I guess we could do a quick recap on SmackDown. From what I heard, Xavier Woods defeated L.A. Knight. Damian Priest defeated, or he took on Santos Escobar, right? What happened with that match? I think Dom got involved and Ray got involved. Did anybody watch SmackDown?
Yeah, I did. Tape delay. Whatever.
What happened with that match with the whole Damian Priest versus Santos?
I forgot.
There you go. Couldn't have been good. Shinsuke came back, right? And he defeated Madcap Moss, I heard?
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good to see him. Yeah, and it was funny because after Madcap lost the match, Emma was furious and told him to get back in the ring and get some, heat, and beat him up. And Shinsuke beat him up again and then threw him out of the ring.
Cool. I'm always happy to see Shinsuke back. Paul Heyman came back. Jay, did you see SmackDown? Anything noteworthy?
I didn't really catch it all.
Nah, I didn't catch any of it. It's hard for me to watch SmackDown nowadays, brother.
I
believe Solo defeated Riddle over here.
Yeah.
Was that match good?
Yeah, it was okay. It was what it was. But there was one interesting thing happened on SmackDown, and I have yet to hear anybody talk about it on social media or the WWE announcers or fans that watch SmackDown. In the ring, Paul Heyman was addressing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens with the Usos standing to the side of him, to the right of him. And Paul Heyman was pointing towards Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And while he was pointing at them, he turned his head to the right to look at the Usos. And he said, and the tribal chief is losing patience with you too. So it looked like that he was talking about Zayn and Owens, but he was talking about the Usos instead.
Well, obviously they're planting the seeds right there.
Oh,
definitely.
Definitely.
We'll get more into that later tonight. We're going to see a lot of the bloodline tonight on Monday Night Raw. Jay, you excited about NXT tomorrow night? Just bringing that up. We do go live tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m.
Just a Waller Mellow. That's it.
All right. I'm kind of hyped to see Gigi versus Cora Jade. Obviously, spring break coming up April 25th. We'll be all over that. We're also going to see Roxanne Perez taking on Zoe Stark. You got the Gauntlet Boys taking on the Creed brothers. It looks like Schism's getting in there. Is that a triple threat? Cool. Carmelo's taking on Grayson tomorrow. And Wesley's taking on this dude, Charlie Dempsey. Hell of a lineup. Hell of a lineup, Jay. And I want to talk about this real quick. I want to talk about this possibility, which is no longer true, right? Would this have been a better idea than what we're getting right now?
No.
How about you, Tom? Would you have been more hyped to see this at Backlash instead of what we're getting?
Wait, that's the match right there? That's what's happening?
I wish.
Oh.
It can't be because Cody's taking on Brock, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the right direction.
I mean, Roman's going to take some time off. He's not competing, though. Bloodline's in the triple threat.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Raw's going to come to you live tonight from Little Rock, Arizona? Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yep.
It's Arkansas. God-forsaken Arkansas. Good line by Paul Heyman, by the way, tonight. Good promo tonight. We'll get into all that. We'll get into Monday Night Raw. But real quick, we got to make a little announcements. I mentioned earlier David LaGreca would be coming on Wrestling with Savage, and he will be. And it's going to be live from 80s Wrestling Con 4. Okay? I don't have a time on there, but this is May 6th. If you don't, I didn't put a date on there because it's at an event. So anybody with a brain, and Savage only wants to meet people with brains. If you don't have the mental capacity to just Google 80s Wrestling Con 4, which, by the way, would give you all the information, take you straight to the website, and let you know everything you need to know. If you don't have that mental capacity or know someone next to you who can help you accomplish these goals, then you have no business being there, Tom.
That would be like Stay Tuned. He has no brain, so he wouldn't know how to figure out where WrestleCon is this year.
Damn. Tom out here with the disses. Tom, are you okay, though?
What do you mean, from that chair shot at the show Friday?
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, a little bit
So,
better.
Tom, what do you think about what you just saw? You okay, Tom?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
What's wrong? Sit down.
He hit me with the chair.
He hit you with the chair?
Yeah.
That's messed up, man. I can't believe it.
We still got two.
You still are walking out with the gold, though. That's what matters. You have the gold. Sean Donovan doesn't have the gold. You have the gold.
That's right. Sean Donovan made his comeback that night.
Good show.
It was a good show.
Yep.
Not only was it a good show, I declared that in my personal lifetime, in my personal experience, and I'll be honest, I haven't been to a lot of indie shows in my lifetime because I spent a many a years just going to WWF shows. I went to a couple of independent shows. I wrestled at a couple of independent shows, if you want to call them that, more like high schools and bars and gymnasiums with maybe 10 to 20 people when I was doing it. But I don't count those. But, this was the best independent show that I've seen in my life.
Wow.
Thus far. And it was because of this match. That chair shot the front crowbar. That should have been a little harder, but other than that, that's fine. What he does right now, 30 years in the game, Jay. 30 years in the game. I don't see Jericho jumping out steel cages after 30 years. I challenge Mark Henry to get the match between Crowbar and Chris Jericho. I want to see it on Dynamite. Both 30 plus years in the game, still active. The match makes sense. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this move right here. Jesus! Jesus Christ! Holy shit. He's still popping. That's a stiff shot. Con.
Hey, Savage, you gotta lower the volume on that or raise yours when you do a talk when voiceovers.
Oh, yeah, it was loud?
Voiceovers on the audio. The audio was loud on the action and not so much on
You got the gist of what I was saying, though, right?
Yeah. You were saying that Stay Tuned sucks and it was a great independent show.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much. Tom helped me film a couple of vignettes. Jay, did you get to see any of them? What'd you think? You got to come out to ISPW one night, man. You got a free ride. Tom's going to hook you up with hot dogs and Coca-Colas.
Well, he will, May 6th.
Well, that's May 6th, yeah.
That's an ISPW
Jay,
show.
what's the plan for May 6th?
Tell me how to drive.
It's a possibility. I gotta load everything up in the car on the test run to just see what it looks like. And if I could fit everything in the back and on like one seat, maybe.
Drive if I gotta drive.
I appreciate that. But there was a lot of crazy shit. It wasn't just ISPW. I mean, there's a lot of shit. But yeah, Dave's gonna be at WrestlingCon 80s with us at some point during the day. I'm assuming probably after 2 p.m. between 2 and 4, 2 and 5. Let's sit down. And we may go live. We may just record it, premiere it later. We'll figure it out. Wrestling with Savage does sponsor Outlaw Wrestling, but more about that later. That Crowbar match was awesome, but I don't know if Crowbar liked my promo. I'll play one of them. You're live in the cemetery, personally chosen by Crowbar to end the career of ricflair. And here is the unmarked grave for ricflair. And tonight, Crowbar is going to put you in the ground at the Rage in the Cage in West Milford, New Jersey. Because no one does it better for anything. There's no one in this arena, no one in the world, no one on the planet, no one in the universe who has been doing it better than Crowbar for 30 plus years. Not even close, ricflair. Here is your grave. I'll see you later tonight. I'll make sure to come leave some flowers. Let me know later tonight if you have any last words. Recon. And Dave LaGreca, you better find the new wrestler, buddy.
PW with Crowbar. Crowbar, do you remember beating Simon Diamond? And it was the most stupendous moment of my whole career. I mean, I remember it. It was like winning the Super Bowl. It was the best thing I've ever seen. And out of the 30 plus years in your career, I don't think there's been anything coming close to you beating Simon Diamond. Well, he helped introduce me to my wife, but then I beat him. That's okay though, but probably the best thing that ever happened. Maybe the best day of your life because your wife is incredible and a hell of a performance here tonight at ISPW, Crowbar. Timeless. Choking the Savage. This guy's great.
Yeah, I figured I'd play that. Damn, Tom, this guy said he's gonna bury your bitch ass, man. What do you have to say about that?
Very entertaining.
That's good stuff.
Great stuff.
That is good stuff, man. All right, I guess I wanted to talk about Outlaw a little bit, but we can get into Outlaw later. Let's get back to Monday Night Raw. Usos are going to come out first. They're going to open it up. My name is Paul Heyman, the usual spiel. He said, you know, we got a good short-term villainary kind of thing going on here between us and the Judgment Day. Judgment Day would come out, and what we thought was at first, at least in my opinion, I thought it was an interruption at first, but that wasn't the case. It was all planned, and Paul Heyman pretty much has made a deal with the Judgment Day because they need some help. They have a Bad Bunny concern, and Solo is an expert at taking care of concerns. And then he asked, for some reason, he told Jay to switch with Solo, which I thought was funny. You know, and it plays into that whole, like, let's get this in order here. You know, why don't you back up a little bit? Yep. It was good. This whole thing was good. It really was. I liked it. They had a match later in the night. I believe it was the Judgment Day are going to take care of Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Riddle. I was kind of hyped for it, but I like how Heyman carried this. If not for Heyman, this would have been weak. But Heyman made this strong. What'd you think, Jay?
I disagree. I think Priest made it strong more than anybody, more than Rhea and Solo stare down. So I enjoyed Priest in this. I think he came out more strong.
But what did he say?
Just his presentation, the way he delivered his speech, the way he said, you know, we got this Bad Bunny thing, we're here to make the deal, yada, yada. Just the way he carries himself, I think he was more stronger than everybody else.
I mean, he does, on this picture right here, he does look more intimidating than anyone in the ring.
I think people just get distracted that they want to see a woman beat up a male wrestler.
Yeah,
so
that Solo Rhea thing
I don't
got some attention.
For me, I could see that anywhere else, but I thought Priest was the strongest.
Yeah, that's my next shot right there. Are they hinting at a match here, guys? Is that possible, Tom?
I don't care about it.
Anything's possible right now.
When was the last time we've seen an intergender match on WWE television?
China, right?
It's been a long time. No, that's not true. Nia Jax, right? Didn't she fight John Moxley? She beat John Moxley on his last night at Raw with Dean Ambrose. Jay, I know you remember that.
Yeah, I think it was around that time.
That was the last intergender match, and maybe it's time for another one. I don't know. But how do you book this?
I'm not a fan of that.
Jay, if they did book that match, how do you book it? Do you put Solo over or does Rhea go over? I mean, I think you have to put the champ over, right?
First of all, it makes no sense to me to put two heels battling against each other. So I wouldn't even book it in the first place.
Yeah, I think it was all for show. I think what you saw at the end of the night is the direction they're going in. As far as the wrestlers who came off strongest, all right, I'll agree with Jay on that. But as far as, personnel in general, I think this is the best work Paul Heyman has ever done in his life on the mic. From this segment,
like I said, I thought he killed it.
From this segment to the segment when they were in the back talking, and they said that, hey, Paul, now it's time for you to go. And he walks away with the phone and he goes, Roman Reigns, please. And he's like, meh. He's fantastic.
Oh, well, I was gonna mention that later. Yeah, that was great.
Best work he's ever done. And he's also probably doing 90%, if I had to guess. He's probably the reason why this storyline is doing so well. I'm figuring he's writing about 90% of this bloodline stuff.
Do you like what Stay Tuned says about Roman versus Priest at Backlash, Jay? Is Jay still there? We lost Jay. What do you think about that, Tom? Priest versus...
They handle business, you think maybe Roman versus Priest at Backlash? Well, if Roman was going to be around, yes, but it seems like he may not be around. So that's the reason why Roman's not been listed on the card yet.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely be interested to see that, but, I mean, what does it really do? If anything, it's just going to squish Damian Priest. Jay, what do you think about that match? Damian Priest, Roman Reigns. Would you book that?
No, I wouldn't book it. No.
I know why you wouldn't book it, because you like Priest and you don't want him to look bad.
No, I just don't think he will deliver. Period.
Really?
In a 15,
again, he's not ready. Maybe he's not ready for Roman?
Not in a 20-25 minute match. No.
I can agree with that, actually, Jay. That's a good point.
He's right.
We see Rey Mysterio come out immediately. I like how this immediately goes into a match, and I have to admit, Raw tonight felt like it was actually wrestling heavy. It felt like it was filled with wrestling, not just silly segments nonstop. By the way, Backlash is going to be a premium live event that comes to you from San Juan, Puerto Rico, live 2 weeks away from Saturday. Luckily, it's at 8 o'clock, but I won't be watching it live because I will be watching the ISPW Rock and Rage wrestling show, which will be coming up.
Same night?
That is the same night, yes. So you're going to have to watch it when you go home or the next day, Sunday. Or you can have it on your phone. Obviously, I'm sure everybody's going to be having it on their phones while watching ISPW. All the big WWE marks will have a phone open. 100%. Trust me on that. Ray is going to go into this match. And real quick, I wanted to mention, during the commercial tonight, Jay, and I want to see if you caught this, they had a commercial for Backlash, and it said, Backlash is featuring WWE's biggest superstars. And the first person they show is Roman Reigns. The last person they show is Codyrhodes. To me, that's like a subliminal message. They're trying to bang it in our brains that Codyrhodes is on his way to be like the biggest superstar in the world. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I think he would be the next biggest superstar in the WWE. It makes sense. I don't know how or where this story is going, but let's see.
We've been talking Judgment Day Bloodline. We'll continue that right now with this match right here. Rey Mysterio taking on Solo Sikoa. Solo wins with a Samoan spike, goes over pretty clean. We see some interference here. The match was actually good. I like it. Classic traditional storytelling. Big man, little man. The strength is there. But Rey, he's David versus Goliath, so he always has a chance. He fights back. It was a good match, but it was obvious who was going to win. I didn't like the Usos coming down and giving Solo time to recover, but they're trying to really advance this storyline between the LWO and the Usos, and we'll see where that's going to go, because obviously it's not going to lead to a match at Backlash, so it's probably going to continue over into SmackDown or something. I have no idea where they're going with this. There's a Samoan Spike. Solo picks up the win, and then the Usos and the Bloodline basically just beat the shit out of the LWO, beat the hell out of Ray. Dom was getting off in the back. He was loving it. So my thoughts were the match was okay. It was watchable. It was entertaining. And it enhanced a few storylines. But, Jay, what'd you think on this match?
I'm going to say there was bad cameras in this match. I don't know if you guys caught it. When Ray did it the first 619, he was trying to follow the splash, but we didn't even see Solo fall. We just heard the loud thump, and it didn't really show me. I didn't really enjoy that. I think that was just one of many of tonight for WWE's cameras on the outside. Besides that,
there was a couple of new guys on camera tonight.
Yeah,
you saw when Bronson did the running attack on Damien, and they didn't even catch it.
It was a shoulder tackle, yeah, the ring maker, and that's just one of many. I thought this was a good match. I'm gonna tell you guys, Solo's not undefeated, but he's being presented like that. I think Ray gets a little underestimated that he could sell, because he's so really great in this match, I think. But overall, I'm not surprised that Solo got the victory. So I'm just surprised at how they're presenting him to us. So I think we should pay really attention to that, because we don't know. I mean, this could go anywhere. It could go more up to the top, challenge for a belt. Who knows?
Well, definitely they want to make him a heavy player. That's what they're trying to establish here.
He only lost one time.
And the main thing they're trying to also establish is that he is superior to the Usos. He is the superior brother. That's what they're trying to make clear right now. The Usos' time is done. Solo is here. He's got a mean mug. And notice tonight he was talking more. He was talking Samoan trash out loud. Like, almost like antagonizing everybody.
Another thing is, I'm not a fan of how they brung the LWO. I think I know why you wasn't a fan of the Usos and the LWO, but it kind of makes sense, because the whole story of tonight, I think, is based on some future 3-on-3 or 6-on-6 with the Usos and LWO. But I'm not a fan of how they brung it up and how they brung it back to life. I mean, when LWO was established, it actually meant something. But over here, just, I don't know, it feels like a parody I'm watching.
Well, we're about to be in May. So match 1 between Cody and Brock is in May. Match 2 is in June. Match 3 is in July, or maybe even August. When's SummerSlam? Is it July or August this year? Last year it was July.
August
when
6th.
it's normally it's August.
August 6th.
Maybe August 6th we get a steel cage match between Brock and Cody Rhodes, because I don't think this is a one and done. Do you guys? Cody and Brock, which we're gonna get into later. I guess we can save that for later. We had this crap. Anybody care to comment on this shit?
That's your team. No,
I love the team, but I don't love this story. Maxine and Gable tried to have a cute little back and forth with a shush and a shush and a shush, shush, shush. And you know what? It was all shit, shit, shit. I didn't care about it at all. Did you?
It was filler.
All right, moving on. There we go. Moving on. We have Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai in the Botch Fest of the spring. Dakota Kai, you clearly saw after that first nasty, like it was nasty, Jay. Like that one in the corner. I think she was going for some kind of like roll up.
She was going for a roll up. Yeah, she was going
or something, and she just dropped like a brick. I mean, and you could see that her confidence just like literally, like I could see her soul leave her body after that move, because everything else she did after that just like stuttered. It looked like she like was panicked and upset, and it was all unfolding on live TV.
And I feel that the champion didn't do her best to lead after these botches and mistakes. And I feel it's a champion's duty to do that. And I don't think Belair really did that tonight. I think she was just waiting on spots and and it was too much for me. So I didn't really enjoy this match, and I appreciate that the Cody got TV time, but it was a waste.
No, it was a complete waste.
Let's be clear about one thing when it comes to Bianca Belair. She's a fantastic athlete who can do some things in the ring that no other women can. But as far as being a professional wrestler and selling, like Jay said, or carrying another person to a good match, she's not there yet. No way.
Listen, man, Bianca's obviously a superior athlete. We know she can run, she can jump, she can kick up. She's incredibly strong. She's powerful. She has the look. She has the it. She just doesn't have the experience yet.
And yet
it takes time.
And yet she's the champion.
That just shows you how much stock they have in her right now. They have a big investment in her. And now we're going to go into enough about Bianca because people think Bianca sucks. If you think about it with LWO, with every masked wrestler, they turn their backs on LWO and WCW, but Ray never did. Okay. Belair has made no one look good recently. You're right. She didn't make Asuka look good enough. They didn't even come close to comparing to Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley's matchup. But Dakota Kai, in my opinion, had absolutely no business in the ring with Bianca. She got super exposed tonight. Super.
She had the brass ring and she didn't live up to it. That's it.
It was bad.
One and done.
It was bad. Well, then they show us a video to hype up, Cody and Brock and all their shit coming up. Whoop-de-doo. We'll get more into that later. I did like this little video package on Bronson Reed. Mr. Nice Guy, correct? That's his nickname now, Mr. Nice Guy? Jay, you're a big Bronson guy. Did you
I didn't even catch this, to be honest.
You didn't catch this? Oh, no.
I wasn't watching it live. I was just...
It was him talking shit, showing packages of his, tsunami and moves, and he's just like my mom used to call me, Mr. Nice Guy. Bronson Reed, Mr. Nice Guy. Something like that. It was good. I liked it. Judgment Day, there's your boy Damian looking fantastic again. They're prepping for the match. They're talking about, what else happened? I think Heyman came in and was saying, you guys satisfied? Obviously, they're very satisfied because Ray got beat up. Balor, he's not satisfied. He says, He's like, oh, well. Oh, okay. We'll do too with our match. We'll do That's what they did. They did We'll get into that later. Now we're going to get Codyrhodes. They're going to hype up at him. And you know what's stupid about this is they keep talking about how Cody and Brock are in the same building. And then you're going to give us this. I wasn't really a fan of this. I would have rather seen Cody and Brock kind of get physical a little bit tonight. And then break it up. As opposed to this fake Undertaker looking shit. What is this?
That's what I thought.
What is this?
That's exactly what I thought.
Is he the Undertaker now?
It looked like that.
Where's Paul Bearer? See, if you had Paul Heyman could literally be the new Paul Bearer. Come out with a urn. Maybe they're setting up for that.
I don't mind the fact that there wasn't a pull apart between them tonight because sometimes you want to keep the wrestlers away from each other till their big match. But here's what I did have a problem with. In this week's episode of Raw, you had 15 people come from the back to pull Cody away from Brock. But yet last week or 2 weeks ago, when it was in LA and they had the Raw, when Brock was beating the shit out of Cody, not one person came from the back. And the announcer on Raw said the same thing. I thought it was very interesting how he brought that up.
Nah, see, what I would have did is you have Codyrhodes attack Brock Lesnar from the back with a steel chair and bust him open and anger him and upset him and piss him off and have all these officials come and they're all getting clobbered. They're getting clobbered with fists, whatever, garbage cans, everything. Just have Cody absolutely. If you're going to have him lose his mind and still look like he didn't look cool, in my opinion, tonight. He looked like he was trying to be cool. There's a difference between being cool and trying to look cool. And that's the impression I got from Cody tonight. Cody was trying to look cool by beating up the officials.
Why can't they do that next week?
They can. They can. I'm just saying that's how I would have booked it tonight because you spiked that fuel.
But if
for
you
Brock.
booked it tonight that way, where do you go from here?
I wouldn't have booked it as a fight tonight. You just book it as a sneak attack, and
All right.
Brock's done, unconscious, bleeding.
And then where do you go from there?
Brock destroys Raw next week, looking for Cody. He goes into every locker room. He comes out. He destroys the ring. He takes the ring over. He's not. They try to have a match, and he F5s both guys in the ring.
All right, very good.
That's where I go. You show people that Brock is an animal. And if you're going to start talking about how you're going to make 10 p.m. edgier, then 10 p.m. is when Cody comes out, Brock comes out, and you start this new edge, and you bring the new Attitude Era. Cody should be trying to revitalize the Attitude Era, that mindset. Jay, you're laughing, but he could become a god.
I think sometimes Cody's a little too Hollywood, and I think I saw that tonight with all these security guards coming in and hitting them. But I will say, it makes him hot as ever as a baby face.
That's exactly where I am tonight. I'm in Santorini tonight.
But this is too much. It's too much Hollywood for me with Cody tonight. That's how I feel. Little too much. Come on. I don't believe it.
No, you're right, though, because I said the same thing. Like I said, he's trying to look cool. He's trying to look cool, like a movie. Like, because that's what actors do in movies, right? They try to look
a lot of heat. I get the concept, but come on. 20 guards? But come on.
Yeah, they went in. Look at this picture right here.
That's the shot that I didn't like, that these guards just came out of nowhere. I was like, really? We were just waiting for Cody to run up?
I agree, stay tuned, and that's what I felt tonight. I felt tonight, instead of him being cool, it was just him trying to be cool. What would have been cool is Brock comes out to the ring first. As he's coming out, Cody comes out and just laces him in the back of the head with a steel chair and just beats on him relentlessly. Blood spilling all over the ramp, and then the 15 security guards come out. And they start getting clobbered. Yeah, you can.
You can't do that, Savage. You know why? Because this is probably one of the freshest match of 2023, and this is probably one of the biggest match of 2023.
But that's why
we have to slow this down with no action, no violence, no nothing. And I think they did a good job at it. I just think it's a little too much Hollywood for me, and a little.
So what do we see before the match at Backlash, then, Jay? What do you think we see?
Well, I'll tell you what, it will be complete waste if Brock Lesnar goes over Cody, because what the hell is that telling everybody in the whole world? What does that say? So it would make the logical sense for Cody to go over. If he does not go over, I will be completely shocked, and this whole booking has just been a complete
What if there's like an interference? What if Randy Orton comes back and screws Cody out of this match?
He has to go over. If Brock wins this match,
I heard Randy Orton is coming back at Backlash. Did you guys hear this?
No, I heard he's still hurt.
Well, people like to do this on the dirt sheets, and I don't read the dirt sheets, but I have about 100 different people that now send me all the messages. I have personal people who literally message me every day and tell me the dirt sheets, and I don't come on the show and spill them because I don't want this show to be like a dirt sheet horror-a-thon. That's not what it's about. We just report what happened and give our takes on it. Once in a while, we'll drop something or something big, big story or something. All right. Jay, I'll let you go first, man. We got a match. I want to save my take for last on this match. We're going to get The Miz versus Seth Rollins. Miz opens up, beating the shit out of him. What'd you think of this match, Jay?
Can't believe. Thank you, Guilt, for the shout out for the shirt. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm live saying this, but this was probably one of the best match that I ever saw The Miz had. I can't even believe it. This was a great match. I'm not going to say much about Rollins because we all know what he could do, but I'm just surprised. I don't know if I'm surprised at the match or the fact that he was booked as someone serious. And the way this match started, when he jump-started Rollins coming, I took him serious. Those 2 DDTs he did on Rollins, I took that seriously. And I have to give probably one of the most creative finishes that I've probably seen from Rollins. And you know what? It worked. I mean, the superplex, Falcon Arrow, stomp, 1, 2, 3. It was creative. I liked how The Miz was booked. He's no longer a comedy joke because he's always been a joke to me. Is this something that could happen in the future? I hope so, but I just don't see it. Great match.
Yeah, this match was absolutely fire, Jay. It was one of the best matches I've seen on Raw this year. It really felt like a wrestling match. It felt like something we've been missing. I don't know how to explain it or say it any other way. Miz was super impressive with those double DDTs, like you said. I love the knee stomp he did to set up the figure 4. It looked vicious and just like old school wrestling. It reeked of WCW Ricflair status. I loved it. This was a classic wrestling match, and this was one of the most classic Monday Night Raw matches we're going to see in a long time. It was great. I want more of it. Tom, what was your take on this?
At the very end, I couldn't figure out why Rollins wasn't holding down his other arm. He just held down one arm and then lifted up the leg. That, to me, I'm nitpicking, of course, but like Miz could have easily have lifted up his shoulder because it wasn't being held down. To me, double DDTs, match should end. To me, this was way too much. To me, this is a pay-per-view match. To me, we've gone too far. This should never have been this type of match in the middle of a Monday Night Raw. I think it's too much. You know, it's like when you do a move in the middle of the match, who's going to follow it? There has to be a progression. You want to put that on last? Fine, put that on last. But that was not a main event. That was a main event caliber match in the middle of the show. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I will 100% agree with that. That could have been a main event in any arena in the world, at any show. That could be a WrestleMania main event if we want to be honest about it one day.
Yeah, I don't look at it from the match point of view. I look at it how the whole 3 hours was structured. You know, where did you lead me? What were the key storylines? I don't care if I got a 4-star match at all, because they're not warranted sometimes. I'd rather see a 4-star angle than a 4-star match. My 4-star matches should be at the big blow-offs, the pay-per-views. You know, if you go by the old formula, Hogan would lose by countout, Hogan would lose by disqualification, and then Hogan would have a steel cage match the third night at Madison Square Garden, and he'd win. There has to be a progression, and there has to be a progression in Raw as well, from hour 1 to hour 3. Yes, I understand. At the top of the hour and every hour, you need to have a certain thing going on because that's where the ratings mean the most. But that could be a hot angle. It doesn't have to be a 4-star match.
I 100% agree with you, but at the same time, I 100% disagree with you because at the end of the day, I like enjoying my time when I watch Raw. When I invest 3 hours in a show, A, B, or C, whether it's hour 1, 2, or 3, I want to see something that's going to actually entertain me. I want to see something that's going to actually get me emotionally invested. I want to see something that's going to make me feel something. And at the end of the day, that match did all of those things.
The whole Raw did it.
Could have been
the whole Raw did it for me, though, Savage. The whole Raw did it.
It was a great Raw.
I said this was a really good show, and the final angle at the end.
It was a great Raw. It wasn't a great Raw, but
I said it was a really good Raw. And then at the end, with the angle, with the LWO and that whole fracas they had going on, that made it great to me because that's the last thing you remember. I think they got something big going on with these factions.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there because I definitely have a hot take on that one, Tom. I think I might have to rip you a new one on what you just said. There are factions that are worth the shit, and then there are factions that are shit. Okay, and we'll talk about that a little later. How about we talk about this real quick?
Please stop with the Great Raw. Please stop.
You know who that is? Who's that, guys? That's your outlaw.
That's what you get.
I'll lower the volume like Tom suggested. But that's your outlaw champion. Oh, there's the ISPW World Heavyweight Champion. He's getting in the ring to confront Alpha, who was out of control. And then out of nowhere, absolutely out of nowhere, he's trying to help Homicide. Bull. Everybody's happy to see Bull doing the right thing. They're chanting Bull. Who do you think's going to come out right now, Jay? Who is this man in the mask? Wow, look at that shot to the back. Samoan? A Samoan, you say? Is that Jacob Fatu, MLW champion of the world?
Like one of the greatest MLW champions.
One
we
of the
have
biggest
ever
talents
seen.
in the world
Over
that
800 days as champion.
Look at this.
Jay, he is the best MLW champ.
Look at that That was a great time. That was a good show. You both should have came to the show.
Is that a one-off for Jacob Fatu, or is he going to come back? Was that, did they do that because of Rolling Stone?
Are you? This is a storyline, my friend. The bloodline is everywhere.
He's coming.
That is bloodline you are seeing in the ring right there.
I get
They're
it.
all on the same level as the Roman and the Usos and the Solos of the world.
No, but you didn't answer my question. So Rolling Stone was streaming that, and there was over 700,000 people watching it.
Yes.
Okay. So was bringing in Jacob Fatu to get more eyeballs on it and as a one-off, or is he going to be working more with Outlaw Wrestling? Do you know?
I don't know anything, but I would assume, I would assume yes. I would assume yes, because he works for BPW and Alpha comes down and they're cousins. They hang out. They have a good time.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure he's at the next show because, all right, I'll spill the beans. I don't want to.
No. That's fine.
No, it's okay. Jacob Fatu is our next signing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's going to happen next month. And it's going to be probably May 10th at the Wrestling Universe. The time is not confirmed, but it's more than likely going to be 5 to 8 p.m. You can come on down and get a combo, a picture, a photo, an autograph. And then the next night, on May 11th, you can watch him wrestle at Outlaw, I'm sure. I'm sure about that one. So, I mean, I guess I do know. Tom.
Yeah.
But you maybe spill the beans here live on Wrestling with Savage. I
There's
guess you're a good reporter.
Nothing wrong with promoting the Wrestling Universe and a signing. There's nothing wrong.
Not at all. They have a lot of signings coming on. And if Lewis would get off his ass and do something, he could come here and promote the shit out of it.
He makes coffee.
He doesn't make coffee. He buys coffee. All right, don't piss me off with your bullshit too now. Okay?
I thought he made coffee. Okay.
You don't know nothing. I think Stay Tuned's right.
What's that?
You're a piece of shit.
Wait, he just said UC article that Raw considering more violent programming for the third hour. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier. They said that's why I said Cody should have came out and bashed this guy's head open at like 10 o'clock on the dot. Let's see where all their events are. Here we go. We got some events. Let's go ahead. Let's share this page. I'll do Lewis's job for him since he doesn't want to do it. All right. Here we are, folks. Wrestling Universe. They have Ken Anderson coming up April 22nd. Savio Vega, April 22nd. They have Jim Ross coming up June 4th. I'll be there for that one all day. Who else we got? Look at this. Look at all these signings. You got Janetti, Eugene, Venus Fernandez, Tommy Rich, Super Combo. All these guys coming down. Val Venus, Manny Fernandez. He's coming after our May 6th. And then at the 80s Wrestling Con, you got Frank Shamrock. You got Don Fry. You got Renzo Gracie.
Wait a second. They have a table at 80s Wrestling Con?
Of course.
Wrestling Universe does? Really?
Yeah. Yes. Cool. Don't you see on your screen right now? Or
this is news to me. They weren't there last year, were they?
Well, you know, the Savage shows up and all of a sudden You know, Savage does big things for big people. Aaron Rourke came on Wrestling with Savage, and next thing you know, he's on AEW.
Yep.
The
I saw
Sweeper
him.
came on Wrestling with Savage, and soon you're going to see him on AEW beating up Danhausen.
I saw him in the hotel lobby, and I didn't know who he was.
Are you going to go to that show that
Which one?
that one that Thomas keeps talking about?
April 30th? Yeah, I got a ticket.
Is it April 30th? The
Battle-
one with Danhausen.
Oh, no. Where's that? I don't know where that show is.
Somewhere in New Jersey. I'll get you the info later.
Fairfield?
Maybe. I think it's on the 20th with Danhausen and
If it's in Fairfield, I'll be there.
Fairfield. You'll be there?
Yep. Wrestle Bash?
No, that's in August.
Oh.
That's in August. All right, whatever. Let's get back to Raw. Seth Rollins was a great match.
Play some more music. Thank you.
We're playing music.
Okay.
You want different music? Let's put my boy Carpio Beats. Everybody go follow Carpio Beats on Instagram. He makes beats for me. Play about I guess whatever's left of the show. We'll play his music. Where'd Tom go? God, someone must have kidnapped him, Jay.
Stay tuned. What do you do?
Bullshit. Sami Zayn and Riddle.
You know what? I'm gonna analyze this. I think they're doing something different with Riddle, and I get it. There was a whole joke about the toe, bro. But I do like the part where he said, "I'm kidding," and I think they're trying to present them more serious. And I like how he said, "I'm ready to kick ass" and everything. I hope this leads to something more serious and not all the jokey shit. But I think that was kind of a sign. I kind of took it like that. That's how I kind of took this whole segment, because we all know these guys got the momentum, KO and Zayn. But, I think this is like a building block to get Riddle out of this whole jokey 420 bro shit.
Okay. I can agree with that. Listen, man, I hope this is a one and done. I'm not a big fan of all this. John, I'm sorry. I broke all the news. I didn't even see that, man. I broke it, John. And Jay, you're coming to see Jacob?
He's the greatest MLW champ, over 800 something days as champ, first ever champ. Hammerstone.
He's building a hell of a legacy, man. He's got to be headed to the E soon.
Had a great match with Hammerstone a few weeks back. Guy's awesome.
I mean, if I was WWE, I'd pull the trigger on him. I'd pull the trigger on him, Lance. Get Alpha Jr. back over there, man.
I told you, I pulled the trigger on it and take Solo out and put him in it.
Total Tom, I think, is getting beat up by Stay Tuned right now or something. Is Stay Tuned at your house, Tom? Are you okay? I think Tom's done.
I guess it was Riddle.
Maybe. Look at this garbage now. Trish Stratus is going to come out, but later. Let's get into this match. What did you think about this match? Bronson Reed ends up coming out and actually ruining the match. This was the only match of the night that got kind of ruined by interference. But at the end of the day, Bronson Reed looked great with that tsunami splash. It would have been nice to see that shoulder block off the apron, but the cameraman just shitted the bed on that. Bronson destroying Bobby Lashley over here. There's the tsunami. What'd you think about this whole segment?
I'm going to say this was just going to be an average match. There was nothing special about Theory and Lashley, and I think everybody could pick up on it. This was more how this Reed is being presented, and I thought it was great. He was dominant. I loved every second of the offense he was putting on Lashley. The tsunami looked great. The people were really into it when he climbed up the ropes. You could see their reaction. This is probably going to be a match leading into Backlash, which it should. And this is the biggest match of Bronson Reed main roster debut. So I loved every minute of Bronson Reed in this. I thought.
Do you see him beating Bobby Lashley?
I could see it.
Okay, I could see it too. I would love to see that actually. There we go.
They
Tom
presented him really, really great in this
poor Tom
whole thing, and I'm also worried at the fact that Theory doesn't really have a contender. He doesn't have a challenger, no contender, and I'm a little concerned about that because now if I'm the booker, How would I book Theory after Backlash? Like, who am I gonna put him with? Who's gonna have a bang with? Who the crowd gonna get into? So I would be a little concerned if I'm creative on that.
Well, I was kind of weirded out when I saw the match in the first place, because I was like, didn't we just see Theory and Bobby kind of go at it? Like, why are we seeing this again so soon? It didn't make sense. It seemed like it was a filler match, but I guess they just did this to, you know, have something to set up for Bronson Reed. Well, what does that mean? Bronson Reed and Theory are friends now? Because Bronson looked like he was staring at him after that drop kick. Remember when Theory helped him out and then got out of the ring?
I just think it was the assist, and I think this is like going to be a good rivalry, and I think both guys need it.
I think it's going to be a hell of a match, dog. I'll give you that. We see Trish here. She's going to come out, cut a promo. Honestly, I don't even remember what she was babbling about. This seemed like a pretty bad heel promo. I wasn't a fan of it. She did look good, but, you know, she's starting to look like, you know, someone out of Desperate Housewives or, you know, Housewives of New Jersey or some shit like that. Go ahead. What was your take on this?
Okay, now everybody there, including State 2, is saying, "Oh my God, Raw was so amazing! It was great! Yes, I loved every minute of it." This segment right here made me feel like Raw was average. Damn it! And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain what happened throughout Raw the entire 3 hours. You guys been watching your favorite matches, your favorite superstars out there. First of all, did any when Trish was talking? There were pipe-in boos, people. Yes, those weren't real boos out there. They were fake. We've seen this done, and I've seen this done in this whole Raw, and this is why it's average for me. I thought it was great, but I thought it was good also. Why was it good? The fact that she explained and she summarized everything in less than 2-3 minutes. She basically say, I attacked Lita and everything because I wanted to cost Becky the belts. I love how this build is because, let's face it, people, we're not going to rush Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch anytime soon, and I think that's the right direction. I think we need to book it for a SummerSlam match because that's where the money is. And now that she told us, everybody, that she attacked Lita, I do see that as the first match for Trish Stratus as a heel, since we probably haven't seen in 2005, going against Lita, and then we could get into the Lynch. But overall, it was good. It wasn't bad. I don't like the pipe and boos. I'm not a fan of it. But besides her getting rattled on mic, which she wasn't rattled at all because everybody was saying, what? She wasn't rattled. She kept going. She delivered. It was good. But I'm not a fan of the pipe and boos, people.
He's not a fan of it, people. He's not a fan of it, but I'm a fan of Mick Thomason.
Wrestling.
Oh my God.
Well, Sabbath.
That's right, Mick Thomason in the house. Where's Jay at, man? Where's Jay? Let's get Jay back here. You see, you like this little overlay that I made for us tonight?
I don't think she was terrible, Tom. I think she just did her job, and besides the crowd heckling her, she still delivered. She didn't rattle. She still delivered her lines. Everything was summarized great. It tells you what her first program's going to be with Lita once again.
I'm ready for the lean contest next year.
I got everything out of Trish that I needed to.
I'm ready for the lean contest next year, Tom. And speaking of lean contest, speaking of David LaGreca, did you see this video, Jay?
Yeah, and you too, Savage. I know you. Recall's going down. There's no way that Recall's going down. You want to know something? You want to know something? By the end of the night, you were in the champion. Get out. You can't. Every person in this church are going to be bowing down on their knees.
On their knees, Jay. On their knees. We're going to have a little one-on-one. It's going to be Savage versus LaGreca live at Wrestling 80s Con. It's going to be a lit day, Jay. That's going to be an epic day. It's going to be big things for the show.
Should be.
And then this was later. You should be ashamed of yourself, I told him. What a deplorable human being. David LaGreca, the human, is a good person, but David LaGreca, the manager, is a piece of crap, Jay. But I'm sure you knew that already.
Looks like it.
No?
Mm-hmm. But
Tom, you're not coming back? Tom's done.
He's not coming back after Trish. But all I say is, people, you
Tom
will
is done, Jay.
will
I think the
care.
music is done.
Because
I think the
Trish
music
Lynch
is
will
played.
be money at SummerSlam. So. What's on
Hello?
next? What's next? What's next?
What the hell's going on here?
That's you, man.
I can't hear you. Hold on. Keep talking. You keep talking. You keep talking, Jay.
Well,
I can't hear you, but you can hear me.
Savage has some audio difficulties or whatever. But I am going to say
I
this.
bought new
I am going to say this.
AirPods.
It could have been a lot worse.
Apparently, I think. Pretty confident
It
that I
wasn't.
didn't buy it.
Chris and Lee, I don't know if I'm a fan of it, but we'll see. There he is, Tom. Your thoughts.
What are we talking about?
We were finishing up the Trish.
Look, what was written for her may have worked. It was the way she delivered the lines. There was
They summarized it great.
She's not a heel. She didn't talk like a heel. As I said, if you put Sunny out there in her prime doing that type of promo, oh my God. Okay? Terrible. I just thought Tessa Blanchard. Who else could do the lines much better? I mean, Becky Lynch. I mean, Charlotte Flair. I mean, but Trish Stratus, and maybe it's because she hasn't done it since 2005, but boy, I you know what? They're not going to have her go out there and talk on the mic anymore. I can say that much. Where's Anthony?
I guess we're going to talk about Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville. They had a match against Mi Chen and Candice LeRae. They were really, I don't know, Tom. I don't know if I could enjoy this match. And I think there's a big problem. I don't know if you saw it tonight.
What a crock of shit. Jay, you couldn't hear me?
No.
Oh, my God. I don't know why. It changed my headphone, I guess.
I thought it was me.
Nah. I got to buy, maybe I got to charge these for a full hour or something. I don't know. No, it's not you. So you heard me before and then it stopped, right?
The last thing I heard was me talking about Trish, and then I heard nothing.
Yeah.
Cool.
But, you know, we get into this match, and I had a big problem with it. I always thought Mia Yim was a star to my eyes. But these two girls, the crowd is not getting behind every time they do an offensive move out there. And that's because they don't get TV time. And when you don't get TV time, the crowd doesn't get behind it. It's hard to get reactions. It was a quick match, but, you know, I thought Chelsea shined, but that was about it. But I'm just really disappointed how they used Mi Chen and Candice LeRae here.
Yeah, no, you're right. They were meant to look like jobbers tonight, basically. But, you know, at first I was like, oh, cool. The women's tag team division was getting some attention, but it just turned into a squash match. Like you said, it looked like it was supposed to be 4 reputable female superstars, but at the end of the day, only 2 looked okay. The other 2 got treated like scum of the earth. I don't know.
Sometimes you know what you have to do? You have to look at the timesheet, and you have to see how much time you have for these matches and these segments.
When I see this, Tom, I say to myself, how much time does Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae have left on their contract? That's what I say.
Not a lot.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. TikTok. We're going to get a women's championship match now. Do we think we see another title change?
So soon?
No.
Do you think these two can potentially take the titles down the road? A couple of months, maybe?
No.
Sure do. I like the contrast of the blonde and the black. Sonya Deville, what was Mandy Rose, right? They were a good tag team.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're a great tag team, actually. I'm impressed with their chemistry on screen so far.
So now the black and the blonde are back.
My boy Corbin brought up a good point here, and I'm going to just skip Elias and skip Boogs because these guys basically get skipped, right? They don't get treated well. They don't look good. They don't win big matches. They don't get put in big matches. They barely get any TV time. And when they do, it's some kind of like Saturday Night Live skit bullshit. So let's just skip them, right? Fuck them. Fuck two talented wrestlers. Who gives a shit? Fuck them. Corbin brings up a good point. Drafts can split up tag teams. Do we see the Street Profits get split up? And I didn't say it. WWE said it. It was on WWE TV tonight. They insinuated it.
Very good chance.
I think everybody wants to see 4, so I wouldn't be shocked if they break up.
I think it's 100% going to happen. And then, of course, Elias just getting dumped on by everybody. Getting dumped on by Tozawa. And what does this serve? Who does this serve? What does a match from these guys even serve? There's no title they can aspire to. There's no more 24/7 title. So why still have 24/7 like shit like segments? If Triple H is in full control, why is this still happening? Do you really think this is coming from the mind of the cerebral assassin? Am I supposed to believe, Tom, that this is Triple H's idea?
I heard something tonight, Savage, that I thought was very interesting. Earlier in the evening, I was at a virtual signing, and Kevin Kelly was doing a virtual signing for Tommy Fierro, and he mentioned that back in the Attitude Era, when Vince McMahon used to run the show, Vince would only concentrate on the top 4 acts, and the bottom acts were done by Vince Russo. And he said, to his credit, what Vince Russo would do is he'd look at he'd look at all the ones at the bottom, and he'd try to make something out of nothing. So I think that formula may still be in place. So Triple H, to answer your question, is probably not worrying about these lower tier wrestlers.
You're probably 100% right. And whoever is under him, and maybe that's the problem, because this is not good. To me, this is not entertainment. You're not raising anybody's stock with this. No one in that room's stock got raised after this segment. Mm-hmm. So what's the point of it? You know, Corbin's just getting dumped on by, you know, a guy that has been doing nothing but losing for years. Corbin's been doing nothing but losing this year. All we're seeing is we go from from these losers to now these losers with a winner behind them. And I like how he's behind them, because that's not going to last for long. Solo's going to be passing those boys up real soon. And I'll go to say this. Solo will win a world title before the Usos ever do. Do you agree with that?
Not world. I could see him winning the IC belt.
I didn't say he wasn't going to win the IC belt. I just said I see Solo winning a world title before the Usos ever do. All right. Anybody care about this match?
I'll watch it, yeah.
Of course you're going to watch it. You know why you're going to watch it?
I'll be at ISPW.
You're still going to watch it the next day.
True.
Don't act like you're not going to watch it the second you get a chance.
True. I still haven't seen MJF 60-minute match.
That's just pathetic. Like, that's what I call that. And you're from New Jersey, too. Like, he won the championship.
You think it's on YouTube yet?
Don't worry. We'll talk later. Jay, I'll let you go. I like this shot, though, of Rhea, like, clobbering Kevin Owens. That was cool. She ended up getting ejected. And then, of course, we see a stunner. Dom does a frog splash. There's Rhea getting rejected right there. But there's the stunner. There's the haluva kick. All hell breaks loose. And that's the end of Monday Night Raw. Yeah. We'll get back to that picture in a second. But
Yeah, so
Jay,
I thought Priest was impressive. I thought Dom was impressive. They come a long way when started teaming up as a tag team. I thought everybody had their shine of offensive moves and their big signature moves. I thought Priest was the star once again, more than Dom in my eyes, because I thought the choke slam on the ring apron on Riddle was just fantastic. Overall, guys, it was a good match in my eyes. I enjoyed it. I don't enjoy the LWO and the whole bloodline thing, but I told you guys from the beginning, it's just a setup for a future 3-on-3 or 6-on-6 or however you want to play a match coming up. I don't think I would be a fan of that as well, but I'm also not a fan of the finish. I know Balor took the pinfall. I would have liked Dom to take the pinfall, even though you're trying to build Dom and Priest into this tag match with Bad Bunny, yada yada. But I just don't like that part in my eyes. I think Dom should have took the pinfall. So for me, that was the only problem I had in this match.
Copy that. Tom, I know you were saying this was a great Raw because of what we saw at the end. So I'd like you to just give us a reason why, to you, it went from a good Raw to a great Raw.
The reason why it went to a great for me is because this was another layer that the WWE is now giving us as far as the Bloodline and the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes storyline. You bring two other factions together. The hottest faction next to the Bloodline is Judgment Day. Okay? So now you're bringing them in, and you're bringing Rey Mysterio and the LWO. I just think it opens up many possibilities and opportunities for great storylines, and that's what the WWE is, guys. It's all about storyline. Our high-flying action is going to come Wednesday nights.
Copy. All right. Raw overall was good for me. I'm not going to say great because of the botch. I didn't like the way the Cody segment looked, but I love the fact that we saw professional wrestling tonight and some memorable matches. So for that, I'll say it was a good Raw. Not a great Raw, but a good Raw. Enjoyable Raw. Watchable Raw. For me. Jay is a tough critic, so...
It's too many pipe and booze. I didn't like that.
I don't know, man. Listen, it's your opinion. You're entitled to hate it.
I heard it.
All that shit. All right.
Too much.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to show these, by the way. Okay. So, yes. Recently, we had this guy at the Wrestling Universe. He came in, did a signing for us, and then we watched them wrestle an Outlaw. So, if you would like your own exclusive autographed, you can have it either plain autographed or we can get it certified for you. Email wrestlingwithsavage@gmail.com and we'll take care of you. We'll set you up. We'll give you a fair price and you can have one of these 4 pictures. It's the one on the left, that one, and then there's 3 and 4. So you just tell me which picture, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I know there's no numbers on the screen, but I'll send you the pictures in the email and then you can pick it from there and we'll move forward. But at the same time, maybe you don't want a Mike Bailey 8x10. Maybe you want a Savage 8x10, and if you do, I'll get that to you too. All right? You got the plain one here. You got me with Mark Henry. You got me with Cody Rhodes, and you got me at BPW. So you let me know which one you want. If you want one, you email me, wrestlingwithsavage@gmail.com, and we'll get you your own Savage certified fresh 8x10. Matt Cardona did make his debut at Outlaw. It was phenomenal. He took on Ramen over here, and Ramen actually was beat Cardona and took his internet title live on Twitch. Live on Twitch. Sonny Kiss from AEW was there with the Silk City Kings, and they defeated Man Bun Jesus and the Slime Balls. Crowbar fought Marcus Mathers, and Marcus Mathers put on a hell of a performance and was able to pick up the win over Crowbar. Crowbar looked like he was out of Hellraiser the movie. He had a Tom, I don't know if you saw the video, he had pants on with metal chains like everywhere. He looked like Hellraiser, bro. Aaron Rourke picked up the win against Channing Thomas in an incredible match. Tina San Antonio defeated Little Mean Kathleen. We had actually Sasaki over here made Mike Bailey tap out with the cryptic crossface, man. After a hell of a match. These guys put up a banger. Alpha Jr. destroyed Homicide, and then we saw what happened in the videos earlier. Jacob Fatu was there attacking everybody, attacking Bull, attacking Homicide. And then, obviously I showed you the clip earlier in the night. Crowbar went on to defeat Rick Recon at Rage in the Cage. That was the cage. Hell of a job by the ISPW ring crew over there to get this cage up. Jay, they got this cage up in like 8 minutes, dude. They hustled. I think I motivated the guy because I was asking the guys, like, what's your best time getting that cage up? He said, it's about 8 minutes. And I timed them, and they did it again.
Yeah, they had about 4 or 5 people.
It helps. That does help. Obviously, the more you have, the easier it's going to be. Sometimes with some things. 0 Hour coming to you live April 30th. I will be there. Tom will be there. Anthony will be there. I believe John Dilcher's coming. And there's a lot of matches lined up. I'm looking forward to seeing Cardona take on Casey Navarro. My boy Phil Insane. Hopefully going to destroy Matt Tremont. No doubt about it. Alpha Jr. taking on Vinnie Mac. And, of course, the BPW preview show will be on the, I believe it's the 28th or the 27th, maybe? The last Thursday before the month. Okay? The last Thursday of the month is the preview show.
On Premiere?
On Wrestling with Savage. God damn it. We're not on Premiere yet, even though we should be, because I'm better than anyone on Premiere. I'm better than anyone on Peacock. I'm better than anyone on Impact. I'm better than any fucking motherfucker. Fucking pay me. Fucking pay me, god damn it. Fucking pay me. Marty Jannetty, 80s Wrestling Con. You can meet him. Come give me your money. I'll take it gladly. I'll have a lot of help there. You can get an autograph by me. If you get a combo of Marty, you get a free 8x10 by Savage. All right? And that's only if you mention it. If you don't mention it, I'm going to charge you $10. I wouldn't be a Savage if I didn't. I'm not out here to just spend money. I'm here to take all these marks' money, Tom. That's what they all are. I know who the marks are because they have a big mark on their fucking forehead. And once Savage marks you, you're marked for life. That shit ain't coming off. Like a hunter's mark. And I got a mark right on this fucker's forehead.
Oh, I'm there for that.
I got a message for him. Directly from his mother. Because his own mother, his Jewish mother, by the way.
What'd she say?
Wants me to get guys to handle MJF because he's out of control. He's disrespectful. He's just a piece of shit. He's a terrible son who's been nothing but a piece of shit ever since becoming an AEW superstar. Not even a champion. Just an AEW superstar. He's become a piece of shit. He gets cars. He has money. My man's a millionaire. Hasn't given his mom $1. He won't even let her touch the new cars he buys. He won't pick up her phone calls, yet he'll go and eat her food. You piece of shit, MJF. Do I have a promo for you? I'm going to put this boy in shape. He's a problem. That's the problem, Tom. When I was 26, I was a piece of shit, too. Didn't appreciate my mother. Didn't appreciate my father. Didn't appreciate anything or anyone. Except that $1. You get older. You learn. People wake you up. Sometimes nobody wakes you up. In my case, I woke myself up. In MJF's case, I'm going to wake his ass up too. Real fucking quick.
I'll be there.
Rolling Stone was at Outlaw. And by the way, guys, over 700, like Tom mentioned earlier, over 700,000 people tuned in. Breaking records. Who are we going to have at Wrestle Bash? It's going to be a multitude of stars. We're going to have a Snitsky. We're going to probably have a Crowbar. We're probably going to have maybe a Casey Navarro. Might throw in a VSK. I'm working on a couple other people. Somebody you may have heard of. Trying. Not easy, though. Some talent is easy to book. Some talent is just one phone call, one email. And then other ones you gotta like just harass and offer more money. At the end of the day, this whole life, Tom, I'm sure you know it. It all comes down to that dollar bill, yo. That's it. If anybody tells you anything else, they're lying to you or they live in the woods. No house, no electricity, just in the wild nature. Tom, are you a nature guy? Are you a hunter?
No, I'm not a hunter at all.
We gotta go hunting, man.
I don't like to hurt animals.
Why? They'll hurt you. They get the opportunity. So you're telling me a coyote's coming straight at you, it's gonna bite your dick right off. You're not shooting it in its head?
I would in self-defense, yeah.
Okay, so it's self-defense. All right. So you can watch me hunt. The same way you're savage security at ISPW,
Yeah.
you can be savage security on the trail, man. I want to kill me a big
Not
brown
an easy
bear.
job. You know, Anthony was right. Not an easy job.
Really? Is that what Anthony said? Did he really say that? Locked and loaded. He really said that?
No,
He said it's not an
I
easy
told
job?
him, I said, it's not an easy job. He goes, nope.
Ah. You did a good job, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to get more of these. I want to get you your own that says your name on it. Has
Okay.
more. Hey, this is legit, Jay. Jay, we're ready to go. We got flyers. You see the flyers, Jay? They come right out.
Did Jay see the Dave LaGreca outfit you bought?
Should I show?
Yeah.
All right. Straight to the nation. Straight to the nation after this call. Straight to the nation. Straight to the nation. Straight to the nation. Straight to the nation. Yeah, I'm working on something.
Get the right shoe.
The what?
The right sneakers.
I gotta get the
Got
right sneakers.
sneakers on.
It's all right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm working on something. I'm gonna put together a little video package with all that, but
You
that's
should dress like that when you interview.
I get one of those cheesy like Hawaiian shirts that he wears. I mean, look what he's wearing here. What?
And you too, Savage.
You see that shirt right there?
You savage.
Yeah, I love it.
And you too, Savage.
I love how it starts off. Look at
And you too, Savage. I know.
He came over to try to talk some shit to me. I didn't even say anything to the guy, Tom. I just came and I stood right in front, and my mere presence forced this man to walk across the ring, Tom. Let's pay attention to that.
And you too, Savage. I know you.
He walked across the ring to get in my face and call me out in front of ISPW?
Let's be honest. Sometimes you gravitate towards those that you recognize when you're looking into a crowd. So he recognized you.
Absolutely. I mean,
Let's
be honest, Tom. When you're the best dressed person in the room at all given times, good things follow.
You were the only one standing.
Probably.
Well, Tina San Antonio was dressed very nicely.
Yet you boo her relentlessly.
Yeah, she's terrible.
Why do you boo Tina? I like Tina. She's a good
cheater.
worker.
She's
cheater. Not a cheat. So what?
He's a cheater.
So? She knows how to win.
I guess. Is there a women's champion?
You're a square, Tom.
Is there a women's champion in Outlaw?
Not yet, but Tina San Antonio should be that champion, and I should be her manager.
Got it.
If Maven can manage her in ISPW, why can't Savage? I mean, let's be honest. After what we saw at Rage in the Cage, it looks like Vicious Vicky's the one that actually needs a manager.
Yes.
It looks like Vicious Vicky needs a Savage in her life, because how else is she going to overcome the odds with Bull and Maven and Tina and their whole little power trip that they got going on?
Correct.
I don't know. I like Maven, but if I have to, I'd slap Maven if I have to. Or worst case, I'll hire someone to do it. The money I'm getting paid now.
All seriousness aside, he's had a resurgence in his career.
He's fantastic.
He went from bouncing in a club in New York to now where he's very good at what he does managing wise. I don't think he's ever going to be able to get in the ring again and do what he did in WWE. But as far as
never say never, but as a manager, he's got a whole gimmick now, and it's perfect.
He does. And there's also something else that he did, which you probably aren't aware of. There was a show called Sunday Night Slam that ISPW did, and it's on YouTube. They did it for about 6 months. Him and Ryan Mayer co-hosted it. It was like primetime wrestling. and I was there in person watching them shoot it, he would get everything in the first take. He was fantastic. And he did a great job. I mean,
no, he's good.
Good behind the mic and the camera.
Well, dude, when you're in the game, it's not like he's new to this. He's been doing this for so long now that it's just natural to him. I mean, I think he could be a manager in any company, to be honest with you. I'm not just saying that.
You know, I did see him wrestle. I saw him wrestle last year in Richfield against Matt Cardona.
Yeah, he wrestles.
Yeah.
He just doesn't need to wrestle right now.
Yeah.
He's got a good thing going on with Bull.
Yeah.
He runs a good circuit. He probably does a couple other things, signings. He probably has investments, jobs. I'm sure Maven is doing just fine. My man comes out with $10,000 pendants on his jacket, so I'm sure he'll be okay. I don't think he's struggling for money. Tomorrow night, NXT. I'll be here with Jay. Maybe Anthony loves wrestling. I don't know. Tom, one day when your wife goes to sleep early, maybe you're going to watch NXT again. Tom surprised us a couple of times, came on NXT.
Only on the big event. Maybe spring breaking.
Dude, I blew off NXT in LA.
I know. What about our conversation we had about you starting an Impact show?
I have to get Access TV or YouTube, one of the two. I don't watch it yet. And the Thursdays, half the Thursdays in every month, I'm done. I'm at meetings.
All right, well, let's say you have the access to the TV. Then what? You're good with the show?
No, I said maybe. We'll see.
Maybe, man. Who would be your co-host?
No idea.
Would Randy do it?
I don't know anything about him on the mic. I don't know anything about him on the mic.
I didn't know anything about you either when I first brought you on here.
Yeah, but my background's in radio and TV.
Did I know that, though?
No, but...
Gotta give people a chance. I mean, what if you start off the show and then every week you just do it with a new guest host until you find the perfect guest host? Or maybe I just start watching Impact. What if I start? So you don't watch Impact, huh?
Well, for one thing, I don't watch it. Second thing, as I said, 2 Thursdays of every month I'm busy in meetings in this town.
That's right.
That's why I'm called Totowa Tom, because I am.
You are the Tom.
I am doing stuff in Totowa, yeah.
How about Fridays? You watch SmackDown?
Not live, usually. I'm either at an ISPW show or I'm doing something with my wife. So,
I was telling David, have you met David yet? Did he ever come on the show when you were on?
David who?
David Carballo or Dave, one of the original cast members.
Have
you ever been to our website, Tom?
Yes.
Did you ever check out the cast on the website?
Yes. There's one person who you said is missing in action for a long time. There's the David guy I saw. Thomas. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook now. Thomas. He's a teacher and he's a real estate guy too.
Here's the cast. You might know this guy. Right? We know Gilch. We know Jay. We know Anthony.
Yep.
You know what? I realized, Tom, you're not on here, Tom.
Yeah, I gave you a picture.
We need to change this immediately because, I mean, these bottom 3 guys, as far as I'm concerned, they're all losers at this point. They don't come on this show anymore. Lewis is a ghost. By the way, earlier today, I found Lewis's TikTok page from like 2 years ago. And, wow. Did you guys see any of the videos yet, Jay?
I did.
It's dramatic difference.
It's funny.
He looks good with a haircut. He needs to get a haircut ASAP. You got Thomas over here. He's always looking good. Bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know, Thomas is a good dude. I would love to have Thomas more on the show, but he's a teacher. He works a lot. He's got 2 kids, so
he also does real estate. It looks like too.
He does real estate too. Yeah, he stays busy and he works out a lot. So I don't knock anybody that has things going on.
Doesn't he have his own podcast?
I wouldn't call it a podcast.
Oh.
He should have his own podcast. He should be pumping out content, but I don't know. He has a very specific vision, and I think he's dead set on trying to figure out how to make that translate into content. And it's not easy sometimes. Being a content creator, that's why I only pump out certain kinds of content, because I don't have the time anymore. With everything that I do, to go and try to create additional content, like let's say for video games or you know, even just wrestling, to do more wrestling. It's hard. It's difficult. I can't watch SmackDown. I definitely ain't watching Rampage. But Thomas, though, he might be our guy for Impact. Because Thomas watches Impact religiously. So my next move is I want to have a good conversation with Thomas. And I want him to host our marquee Impact show. Because this is Wrestling with Savage. We are now not just a channel anymore. I want us to become a network. There can be other people that we have to find out there who are going to help us cover wrestling that we can't handle. Maybe a guy for New Japan. Maybe a guy for Impact.
Smart.
Maybe a guy for MLW.
NWA.
There you go. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
It's a brand.
If we want to grow as a channel, we need more help. We need more content. We need more. You know, I'm doing all this work to get us noticed and get people to click, subscribe, and all that stuff. All I ask for is someone that wants to grow with us. They can have their own channel and go live on our channel and their channel at the same time. And they can have my audience for free.
It's no different than Busted Open. It's a brand. They have different people host Saturday. They have different people.
I mean, so I'm trying to put the word out there. I haven't done it yet. I was thinking about making a whole campaign dedicated to this, to look for people that want to join in the Savage Kingdom promotions, be part of the cast, be part of the crew, and help us grow overall. People that can help us cover the shit that I can't, or you can't, or Jay can't. I mean, I know Jay has enough wrestling in his life.
Dude. MLW tomorrow, NXT tomorrow.
Jay's been an Iron Man. I mean, if I wish I had one more like Jay, but except they watched Impact, SmackDown, New Japan, and had a friend that wanted to do the show with them, but didn't want to pay $500 a year to be able to do it on a platform like this.
Who knows? Maybe I might follow Impact after Nick Aldis coming back. Who knows?
I mean, I was thinking about it, Jay, but then I started thinking, I'm like, I have Outlaw every second Thursday of the month. Maybe I could do it sometimes, but I could see myself being maybe twice a month. Maybe that's what we could do. Tom has 2 days off from Thursdays. He's got 2 Thursdays a month, don't you, Tom? So maybe we do an Impact show twice a month to update everybody on what's going on Impact. Every other Thursday.
It probably work.
Or maybe the first Thursday and like the third Thursday.
I'm the first and second Thursday of the month. Those are my meetings.
First and second.
Yep.
So third and fourth then. We watch the last 2 weeks of every month. I don't know. This is how things happen though. People have discussions.
Yep.
And then we make decisions. But I would love to see something like that happen. We're coming up on that hour and a half mark. I want to get the hell out of here. Jay, you have anything you want to add before we get out of here?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. NXT. You've been watching Wrestling with Savage. Make sure you stay savage, I guess, right? I'm stealing Tony's line now. Stay tantalizing. Big shout out to Tantalizing Tony. Go subscribe to him. Subscribe to Anthony Graves. Subscribe to Mick Thomason, Ravishing Ricky. Subscribe to Outlaw Wrestling, Battlefield Pro Wrestling. And have a good night. And keep it mid, kids.
Why are you yelling? I'm excited.
Nice stiff.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.